Hello. So I'm not going to answer right away. I'm waiting to see how many other people will show up first. So hang tight. Hello, Hiro, Clee, Millie, Mercy. I'm doing well. I hope y'all are doing good. I'd say um, in a minute, I'll start answering the questions. There'll be yes or no's. And so that I could try to get to more people. Um, there'll be simple yes no responses, but for details, I'll be taking donations. Hello, encouragement world. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So just leave a yes or no question, and I'll be going through them. I'm gonna try to go through them quickly. So if anybody wants a detailed response, I've provided my links for donation. Um, I did provide information on I don't know if it went through or not, on the description box to let you know what kind of questions I won't be looking into. But yes, you can ask if somebody has feelings for you or any love related questions, just as long as it's not a health related question, anything pertaining to death or mediumship. Um, Mediumship I can do, but in a live chat room, it's not a good idea. And what else? It was pregnancy and fertility, and I think that's it. So, Millie, Mercy, you have helpful people. So, um, the answer to your question, will Florida be the right move? Yes, with the right assistance from the right people, having a support system, you'll be able to do what you have to do to get there. So I would say yes. It will be a right move. I wouldn't say the right move, but it will be a right move, a good decision to make. And Hope it freaked you out the good way. Now, depending on how many people are in here, the messages may be strong for some people and then it may not be for others. When it's just a few people in the room, it will be possibly a higher chance for more specific and more accurate messages. But if there's like a room full of people, it'll be kind of harder to tune in to everybody. So I'll do Hira next, if you're still in here, or I don't know, because there's two people with kind of the same name, so I just got confused. You're welcome. Let me get Hiro, Hiro, if I'm saying it right first, and then Hira. The weird thing is your names are too close together. They're way too similar, but yeah, I know there's just another person in here with a name very close to yours. There's a Hiro and then a Hera. Hello, Lelaine. So I do appreciate if you are new here that you would subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and it'll also keep me encouraged to keep providing readings. And I try to do, I wouldn't say this exact thing often, but I do try to get on live often and offer something. It may not always be a specific question for free, but I do always try to offer something. I'm doing Hiro first and then Hira. It's two people with the same looking name, except it's spelled just a little bit different. And the reason why I'm doing Hiro first is because they asked first. So I'm going to try to go in the order that people ask. And it can take me time to move from one person to another. So please do be patient. My intent is to give simple yes, no answers only, but I might end up elaborating on the message a little bit. It depends from person to person. It'll vary. So Hiro, Hiro, you have in the near future. So right now his actions are a little bit iffy, or he or she, I can't remember exactly what the name was, but you can, I would say you can trust them coming up, but right now you are needing to be a little bit careful of what you believe from this person. So do keep your guard up for right now at least, but coming up, they'll be more open and more honest. So yes, you can trust them coming up, but not currently. At least not 100% currently. So Hera, You want to know if there's a future with SNF. You're welcome. Um, so I do see your questions, so you don't have to repeat them. It's just that I have to tend to one person at a time. But all I have to do is scroll back up, so you don't have to send them out again if you've already sent them. So I see everybody. I'm just going in the order that people ask. So, Encouragement World, I think you were next anyway. I'm not sure. I'll have to scroll back up. Eventually, though, I may get out of order, so I hope everybody is okay with that. And I might just end up just going to random people eventually. But for right now, I'm going to try to stay on the list. So, Clee and then Encouragement World. If anybody would like more details to their question or to their answer or extra questions, I have provided. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll put it down again if anybody needs the links to do or make a donation. What was your question? Okay. Um, hmm. I wouldn't say that they're just like 100% romantic feelings. You're I feel like you inspire him to improve other areas of his life in some way. Um, so yes, there are feelings and positive ones, but like in the romantic sense, um, I feel like that part or that aspect will have to be developed more, but um, you help to inspire him in other aspects of his life, like not necessarily just health, but just getting life in general on track. So I would say that yes, there are feelings there for the most part. And then Encouragement World. Hello, Aria. Um, Hera, I think I already answered you. Well, I'll probably ended up answering Klee first. I got out of order. Let me go back because I want to say I answered you. I was looking into Clee's. I may have meant to get hers, but again, like I mentioned, I may get out of order. Anybody can ask a question, just drop it and I'll get to it when I can. I'm trying to, so I guess I didn't answer. So Clee, that was for you then. I meant to do that the other way around, but I got out of order. And maybe that you needed the message more than she did at the time. So let me. So if you're new here, please subscribe. That would help out a lot. And I do try to do this type of content as often as I can. So I am here. I'm just focusing on one question at a time. So I'm not ignoring you. If anybody new comes in, I just can't focus on the live feed and then what I'm tuning in at the same time. Hi, Aria. So I'm not sure if everybody is able to see the information in the description box, but I did list that I'm not doing fertility or pregnancy related questions. Now, sometimes I'll answer them if they're phrased a certain way. But these are things that I can pick up on. I just choose, because there's so much that goes along with insight like that, I choose not to just look into it intentionally. If it comes up in a reading, but I don't just sit there and intentionally look into it. But if you have another question, I will be happy to look into it. I did have some trouble getting on this live, so the description, the information that I did type for that, probably it may have didn't show up, so I don't know, but so so here it looks like you already know the answer to that question. You are being told to use your angels in the universe as a resource to figure this out. Pretty much this is saying to go with your intuition and go with what your heart and your mind is telling you about that person. So I would say, with that being said, it's a matter of you needing to take time and meditate on it and kind of figure that out, see where things are lying currently, and that'll help you determine whether or not it's worth having a future with, or that you will have a future with them. I would say with an answer like that, you could if you wanted to. It may just have to be further developed, but you could develop that connection. Hello, Mina, Jalen. I do apologize if I missed anybody with greeting, because when I'm tuning in to somebody, I can't focus on the screen and what I'm doing at the same time. So, encouragement world, are you still here? I will try to get to everybody. So here, I hope that answer was of some help. Some answers may be clear and some may not. And sometimes there's just not an answer to everything. Sometimes we have to dig in within our own souls to get those answers. Encouragement world. Okay, so it looks like she either may be having some trouble or she may have left briefly. So I'll get back to her later. Um, so Jalen, are you still here? So do try to be patient. And I typically don't answer the question if you're not in the room, just because I won't be on your energy. Okay. So you wanted to know if M is serious about um, your relationship. Hmm. So a lot of cards are wanting to pop out on that. So either you're very confused or this is a situation where it's not you, but they're not knowing what they want 100%. But let me see. Usually for me, when I'm reading people, when that happens, if I'm even using cards, that means that their energy is kind of scattered. So, Jalen, you have communicate clearly. So, like I was saying before that came out, they're not really knowing what they want 100%. So, um, and it's maybe the way, it's not your fault. It's maybe the way that you two communicate. You're needing to be more verbally expressive towards him and letting him know what it is that you want completely and not holding back so that he knows what to expect from you and how you feel 100%. So um, with that being said, he's unsure. He wants to be serious to some extent, but um, he doesn't feel you're making it clear enough what you want. He wants y'all to be on the same page, but there may be things that you have said or done that's making him think that you two are on completely two different pages. So communicate clearly. But hi Mina. So I'm not again ignoring anybody. I just cannot concentrate on tuning into a question and then looking at the screen at the same time. And I'm trying to go in the order that people have asked. Um, so after Jalen is Aria. You're welcome. And you've changed your question was will you be in or to will you be in a relationship anytime soon? Oops. So if you are new here, please subscribe. I try to do something similar to this as often as I can. I do also provide personal readings outside of um, lives and YouTube. Okay. Yeah, probably most of you are already subscribed, but I know I get quite a few new people in here whenever I'm doing like specific questions for free. Um, just because of the ones that have already popped out, Aria, I'm not feeling like you will be in a relationship soon, but I will validate that. And it's not because you can't find anybody or anything. I feel like it's more of it may not be appropriate timing for you. So let's see. So you got to ask your angels. Mm, with that and that particular question, um, I kind of feel like that's a no for anytime soon anyway. It could be that you will meet people, but that it might not be appropriate timing for some reason. There's something more for you to focus on before you head down that path of settling down with someone. So you're needing to meditate more, is what this is saying. Um, and you may not have a clear idea because sometimes we feel like we know what we want, but then when that thing gets here, it's kind of like, well, did we really want that? Is now time for that? So, time for you to meditate a little bit more. So I wouldn't say soon. It could be that it won't be that you'll meet people soon, but you won't be in a relationship soon, or that it's not the time for you to be in one right now. So I hope that gives you some clarity. And Mina, if you're still here, let me know. I am babysitting, so if I have to end up getting up, it's because I'm tending to her. And it sounds like I'll probably have to get up for her in about a minute or two, possibly, because I can hear her. You're welcome, Aria. So my intent, some people's answers may be simpler. Ugh, I said that wrong, but I think you know what I meant. Than others. There may be some to get a simple answer, and some may get a little more elaboration behind the answer that I gave. My intent again was to do simple yes or no answers, but some of these are needing more explanation. So, okay. So it looks like a lot of people need to do some meditation. So pretty much the same thing that I said to Ari Amina. We are in Mercury retrograde still. I think this is supposed to be like the last day of it. So, at least I believe. So this could be why this is keep the same message keep popping up for everybody. You have a different card, but it's the same message pretty much that the Ask Your Angels message gives you. So you have meditation brings answers. So a lot of people are needing to kind of reconsider a lot of things, or just take time to think about certain things and get the answers from within you. So meditation brings answers, and your question is that to follow your heart and your intuition with what this person is already showing you. If you feel very strongly that they like you back, then they probably do. If it's just a feeling that comes and goes, where you feel like this person feels for you strongly one day, and then the next day you feel like they're like completely disinterested, then they probably don't. But for the most part, I would say there really is no yes or no answer to this. It's all about what you are feeling from what that person is already showing you. So you are needing to meditate on that a little bit more. So yeah, it depends on how you are feeling about that now, and what have their past actions shown you. Well, what are they showing you currently? I do feel I feel like a hint of them wanting to get to know you more. I will say that, but I wouldn't say that like it's a crush. So meditate more on that to really figure out the answer to that. So again, some of the messages here will be telling us to dig deep within our own inner beings and our own souls to get those answers, because those answers lie within us. You're welcome. So tools are not needed for me, but for videos or something like this, I use them anyway. Or even if I'm doing personal readings, they'll come out. But they are not something that I just have to work with. I just choose to work with them. I wonder if Encouragement World came back. So I think I've gotten everybody that's been in here so far. So yeah. So for more details, now sometimes one card is not enough to give you an answer. So there could have been a second card behind that one to show you a more clear answer. But I am trying to just if I'm using cards, I won't have to have cards for everybody. I'm trying to do just one card per person, so I can go through it quickly and try to get to more people. But it doesn't look like a lot of people are coming in, and I think it's because of the timing that I decided to do this in. So, because normally at certain other times with an offer like this, the room will be overwhelmingly full. So I am also taking suggestions for future pick a card readings if anybody has any ideas on that so that I can provide more of those videos coming up. It's okay. So yeah, I figured I had called your name earlier, but yes, you can get your question. I just don't like to answer the questions if somebody's not in here or if the person is gone for whatever reason, just because I don't want to have to repeat the answer back. And also, if somebody's not in here and talking at least, or not in here at all, I won't be on your energy and your answer isn't going to make any sense. So yeah, I did call your name for your question, like probably 2 or 3 people ago. So would be nice if people decided to stick around a little bit, but some get their answers and they go, which is okay, but I think you're the only person in here now. I'm just really think it's my timing, because normally with a free yes or no question, you could expect 15 or 20 people in here at once. So again, tools and cards or whatever is not needed for me. I just incorporate them anyway. But for the most part, they're just something that I can do without, because I figured out my gifts before when I figured out my actual gifts, I wasn't into cards. But then I got into them. And they pretty much agree with my spirit guides for the most part. So the chances of you being, if you're still here at the moment, the chances of you being in a relationship anytime soon is unlikely. So not anytime soon, no. And that doesn't mean that's not necessarily a bad thing or because of you couldn't find anybody, but that's just, this is your answer for whatever reason. So unlikely. That would be no, but unlikely is just not necessarily a not necessarily a flat out no, but it's not a yes either. It could easily change. So, but there's a low chance of it, but it can change. I did verbally speak it, but I'm not sure if you got it. So I just typed it. So just in case if you were gone, it'll be right there. Um, I'm doing, I guess I could be better, but I'm doing okay for the most part. I hope you're doing better. Oops. I know yesterday you wanted a reading. I had waited for you to come back, but I don't know what happened. Because I know you said you were making you were going to. I don't know if it was a technical difficulty or what it was yesterday, but yeah, I chatted for a little bit and waited for you to come back, but you never came. So what is, if you don't mind me asking, like a better time for you to get on, like when you're not working? Because I know by now a lot of people are either at work or some of my subscribers, I think over half of my subscribers are like out of the country. Um, yeah, it's either bad timing or, um, well, just bad timing, really. I don't know if she'll be doing it today. She said she would try to send out my promo today. Um, so it's a special offer for subscribers and members of that website only. It's not through my website. I'll be just doing the offer for exclusively for that website. Um, so if you want to or anybody wants to subscribe to that, and you should receive my special offer soon via email. It'll either, if it's not directly in the inbox part, it'll be in the promotion section of your email address. And from my recollection, she said that she'll be sending that out today, but I don't have any control over when she sends it, but it's supposed to be today. I just never seem to be on at the right time. Hmm. Yeah, by the time, the thing is, I babysit while I'm here. Hello, wallflower. Give me 1 second. When I'm here throughout the day, I am babysitting, and it is uh, kids that I have to keep an eye on just because they're really young. Um, so it's kind of hard for me to get on even at this time, but like if I feel like she'll be asleep for a little while longer, then I'll hop on. Then in the afternoon, by the time their parents come and get them, I'm wiped out. So sometimes my afternoons, I just, when they get those kids, I've turned on the TV and I'm trying to fall asleep by the end. So, wallflower. So it says you're ready. So you're ready to do that. I do feel like there's a need for you to be a little bit more prepared, because you are prepared, but it's just some things you're not prepared for when it comes to another relationship. So I would say, yes, you're ready to, um, but it's going to take you a little bit of time to find that person. Um, just take a little bit more time to prepare yourself. I'm feeling like it might not be. Um, if it's this year, I feel like it'll be like towards the end of the year. Like you'll meet people before that, but that true connection that you just listed that you would like to have, I feel like that's not going to happen until on down the line. But you'll meet people that has the potential for it before then. But it's just the person that you're trying to get acquainted with those certain character traits, that may take for you a few months to find. See, I will say this year, but not so soon this year, if that makes sense. You're welcome. Are you a current subscriber, or are you new in my room? I'm just curious because I never know. Well, if you're like a regular in here, y'all know if you're I'm new or not, but if I just don't see you a lot, I don't know. Okay. Well, I try to do this as often as I can. So if you haven't subscribed yet, it is optional. I don't make nobody do that. You don't have to, but it does make it easier for you to find me when I'm on live. And I do try to put out content like this as often as I can when I can. Um, yeah. Usually what I do is just general messages, but every blue moon I'll allow for one free uh, yes or no question. And I do also offer personal readings outside of uh, YouTube. Hmm. So give me 1 second, guys. You know what I'm saying? I feel actually doing that thing. You know some of that time in the car seat. Oh, what? That's right. You ain't never held like hold on like that. It felt the back. I don't. You keep turning that thing all day. Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's convenient that she's in there when you all pop up, but I don't have her in there all day. Yeah, you do. You ain't got that. You ain't got that. There you go. You know, right. What? I said, right. There you go. There you go. Look, I'm not slow. I said you was. I'm not this. So she doesn't. She's so silly. I have to change it. I know. Hmm. I'm back. I had to I don't know if y'all heard me, but I had to go tend to my niece and open the door. But I guess nobody heard me when I said that I would be back. Hello. And sure, give me 1 second. If I do have to get up, it's just that I have to uh, tend to this baby. Are you still in here? Because for some reason it says 0 people. It'll do that even if other people are in there, but I just want to make sure because it's better for me to do the question when somebody is actually in the room. Are you still in here, Phantom? Okay. So that question actually is really popular. Like the last few people I read were asked that same question pretty much, except they used anytime soon instead of the near future, but pretty much the same question. So you have the abundance card. So in regards to a question about receiving something, um, no, I just literally started. Um, I was saying you receive the abundance card. Um, and in regards to a question of whether or not you're going to receive something, yes, it may not be soon, but you will receive it. I want to be safe and say that it may not be soon, but because of the abundance card, it's giving you the answer that you were looking for. So, So there's a high chance of it being soon, yes. But yeah, it's that year where people are just tired of waiting around, whether that's fixing current relationships or trying to build new ones with new people. I think it's more so to do with the year than anything. But yeah, that's a good card. So, oh, Jesus. Um, that's okay. Because my connection isn't the best either. So it might not even just be your end. It could definitely be mine as well. I may be headed off soon anyway, because um, sounds like my niece is getting a little cranky. So I may be back later. Um, I'm not exactly sure yet. I got something I have to handle really, really quick. So I might be right back on. If not, later on today or maybe tonight, I may be back on. And if not, then tomorrow. So I do wish everybody love and light, and see you guys soon.